Johar, Namaskar, Honorable President Madam, esteemed dignitaries, respected officers, probationers of Indian Railways Management Service Traffic, Indian Railways Management Service Accounts, Indian Railways Protection Force Service, and Indian Audit and Accounts Service. I warmly welcome you all. It is with profound privilege and deep honor that we stand here today in presence of our Honorable President Madam to reflect upon our probationary journey in our respective services. As we proceed ahead, I would like to extend an invitation to Chairman and CEO of the Railway Board to share his invaluable insights and to address us on this occasion. Sir.
Good morning to all. Honorable President of India, Madam, respected dignitaries, senior officers, and my fellow probationers. It is a profound honor to stand before the first citizen of the country, leading the group of young officers from the first batch of Indian Railway Management Services, IRMS, Indian Railway Protection Force Services, IRPFs, Indian Audit and Account Service, IA&AS. Honorable Madam, your visionary leadership continues to guide our nation's progress, inspiring us to embrace innovations, sustainability, and inclusive growth. Under your stewardship, India has witnessed transformative and developments in infrastructure, technology, and the public service, paving the way for a modern, self-reliant nation. As India proudly stands as the fifth largest economy globally, our growing economy necessitates efficient logistic arrangements. With over 68,000 kilometers of a track, 7,000 stations, and more than 23 million passengers served daily, Indian Railway is the fourth largest and the most dynamic railway network. Indian Railway is not just a mode of transport. It plays a vital role in connecting production centers with the market and moving masses across the country at an affordable cost. It is the backbone of our nation's economy, connectivity, and the social integration. To meet the demand of rapidly evolving economy, we are making significant investment in modernization and infrastructure. Landmark projects such as dedicated freight corridor, Vande Bharat trains, Amrit Bharat, and Namo Rail, and the upcoming bullet train project exemplify our commitment to this progress. Enhancing passenger experience remains a key priority, with the upgraded infrastructure and the improved services shaping the future of the rail travel. Indian Railway is undergoing a profound transformation, emphasizing capacity expansion, core asset upgrades, and ambitious investment aimed at doubling the network by 2047. Indian Railways, committed to serve the poorest of the passengers and the general masses, have undertaken manufacturing of 11,000 non-AC coaches. As we celebrate our nation's growth and progress, I would like to highlight the pivotal role of Indian Railways in driving economic development. Indian Railways has undertaken major development in electrification, infrastructure, safety, and passenger services. It has already electrified 97% of the broad gauge network, significantly boosting the share of electric traction to 85% in the freight and 89% in the passenger traffic. The achievement in the construction of new lines, gauge conversion, and the doubling have picked up in the last 10 years, with the highest ever track construction of 5,309 km in 2023 and 24, reflecting an average of 14.54 kilometers a day. Safety measures, including deployment of indigenously developed Kavach technology, automatic block signaling ABS, computer based electronic interlocking EI, extensive track renewals, and the plans to expand safety system. Passenger services have improved with 136 Vande Bharat trains, 2 Namo Bharat Rapid Rail covering 1337 stations for modernization across India under Amrit Bharat station scheme. For the Mahakumbh alone, approximately 4,500 special trips have been planned and we have already completed around 3,000 or so. PM Gati Shakti initiative has significantly improved project planning, sanctioning and the execution in the Indian Railways by fostering synergy through integrated planning and inter-ministerial coordination. Madam, today we are joined by the 60 railway probationary officers, including 33 women officers, highlighting the growing participation of women in Indian Railways management. This stands as a powerful testament to India's Nari Shakti, underscoring the nation's commitment to women's empowerment and leadership. Representing nearly every state, these officers bring a rich diversity of a regional perspective, strengthening their ability to navigate and address the distinct challenges and opportunity within the India's dynamic socio-economic landscape. These young officers, with an average age of 29 years, also bring a diverse and highly specialized educational background, with over 50% holding BTech degree across various disciplines, underscoring their strong technical acumen. Other possess expertise in law, computer science, political science, business, finance, and the arts, adding depth to their professional capabilities. Their strong academic foundation equip them to tackle the complex and the evolving challenges of the Indian Railways with the competence and the innovations. Madam President, I am also honored also to represent officer trainee from the Indian Audit and Account Service, which is a structured Group A civil service and forms the middle and the top level management of the organization, through which the Comptroller and the Auditor General of India CAG exercise its mandate. The IA&AS is a vital part of India's financial checks and balances. Established in 1922 under the Government of India Act 1919, IA&AS officers from the management structure for the Indian Audit and Accounts Department IA&AD, executing the directives of the Comptroller and Auditor General of India. The Constitution of India defines the basic structure of institution of the CAG of the India, and that the CAG of India is independent constitutional authority who is neither the part of legislature nor the executive. The CAG is the audit authority of the state and the Union of India and the accounting authority of the state. This mandate of the CAG of India passes on to IA&AS, which performs the compilation of the accounts of the states, audit of both states and the center. IA&AD has also international presence via 6 international audit offices at Kuala Lumpur, London, Washington DC, Rome, Geneva, Nairobi. The CAG of India has also been entrusted with audit of international bodies such as United Nations, etc. This batch comprises of 19 training officers, including 17 IA&AS officers from the different regions of India and the 2 young officers from the RAA Bhutan. Their diverse backgrounds contributes a rich array of insights and experience, crucial for grasping the complexity of India's dynamic socio-economic environment. With an average age of approximately 27 years, the group embodies a balance of the youthful energy and the growing expertise. On behalf of my fellow railway probationary officers and audit training officers, I assure you, Madam, Honorable President, that we are committed to upholding the value of services, ethics and the nation building. We pledge to serve with diligence, work toward excellence and uphold the trust placed in us by the people of this great nation. With deep gratitude for your presence and the inspiration, we look forward to shaping the future of this great institution. Thank you. Jai Hind.
जोहार। परम आदरणीय भारत गणराज्य की राष्ट्रपति महोदया, वरिष्ठ अधिकारीगण एवं सह प्रशिक्षु अधिकारीगण, आज इस पावन अवसर पर जब मैं इस गौरवशाली मंच से अपने अनुभव साझा करने का सौभाग्य प्राप्त कर रही हूँ, तो मन में गर्व और जिम्मेदारी दोनों अनुभूति हो रही हैं। मैं तस्कीन खान, भारतीय रेल प्रबंधन सेवा की परिवीक्षाधीन अधिकारी हूँ। महोदया, मेरे लिए ये यात्रा न केवल प्रशासनिक व तकनीकी ज्ञान अर्जित करने की रही, बल्कि एक महिला अधिकारी के रूप में आत्मनिर्भरता, नेतृत्व क्षमता और साहस को नई दिशा देने की भी रही। मैं हमेशा से कला और अभिव्यक्ति से जुड़ी रही हूँ। रंगमंच और नुक्कड़ नाटकों का हिस्सा होने के कारण मैंने समाज को करीब से देखा और उन अनकही कहानियों को मंच पर जीवंत किया जिन्हें अक्सर अनदेखा कर दिया जाता है। आज रेलवे की सेवा में होते हुए मुझे एहसास होता है कि ये भी एक तरह की अभिव्यक्ति ही है, एक ऐसी व्याख्या जो करोड़ों ग्राहकों की ज़रूरतों, उनकी सुरक्षा और उनकी सुविधाओं के रूप में सामने आती है। महोदया, हमारी यात्रा अगस्त 2023 में लाल बहादुर शास्त्री राष्ट्रीय प्रशासन अकादमी मसूरी से प्रारंभ हुई, जहां हमने लोक प्रशासन और सार्वजनिक सेवा के मूल्यों को आत्मसात किया। इसके पश्चात हमने भारतीय रेल परिवहन प्रबंधन संस्थान लखनऊ में रेलवे संचालन, वित्त और सुरक्षा जैसे विषयों को समझा। आज वंदे भारत एक्सप्रेस, कवच, पीएफएमएस, ई ऑफिस इत्यादि जैसी योजनाओं ने भारतीय रेलवे में आधुनिकीकरण की दस्तक दी है और मिशन शक्ति व रेल कर्मी योगिनी द्वारा महिलाओं की सुरक्षा व सहभागिता को बढ़ावा देने का प्रण लिया है। नुवित्तेन तर्पणियो मनुष्यः, अर्थात मनुष्य की संतुष्टि धन से नहीं बल्कि उसके उचित प्रबंधन और सदुपयोग से होती है। इस विचार को आत्मसात कर रेलवे को सशक्त बनाना हमारा संकल्प है। अब मैं श्री आकाश डागर, भारतीय रेल सुरक्षा बल सेवा के परिवीक्षाधीन अधिकारी को मंच पर आमंत्रित करती हूं कि वे अपने अनुभव साझा करें। धन्यवाद।
Respected greetings to Honorable Madam President, esteemed dignitaries and my fellow probationers. I, Akash Dagar, an Indian Railway Protection Force Service probationer, am honored and privileged to share my training experience at the Jagjeevan Ram Railway Protection Force Academy, Lucknow. Over the past 13 months, our academy has made remarkable efforts to equip us with knowledge, skills, and ethical grounding needed to safeguard India's vast railway network. Honorable Madam, during our time at the Academy, we participated in specialized modules on cybersecurity, train intervention techniques, and use of modern technologies like drones for surveillance and facial recognition enabled CCTV systems. Honorable Madam, we also learned about gender sensitization and community policing, which strengthened our resolve to uphold the highest human rights standards. Our Academy's emphasis on leadership development, ethical conduct, and teamwork has instilled in us not only professional expertise, but also an enduring sense of responsibility and integrity. These efforts will surely help us fulfill the vision envisaged in Mission Karmyogi. Honorable Madam, through collaboration with 6 centralized training institutes of railways, 3 training academies of sister paramilitary forces, and 9 premier organizations like SPG, NSG, and CBI, etc., we were able to develop a holistic vision through exposure in diverse areas ranging from cybercrime and intelligence tradecraft to soft skills and disaster management. Honorable Madam, with the knowledge and skills acquired from all these experiences and trainings, today I stand ready, along with my fellow probationers, to safeguard the lifeline of our nation, that is Indian Railways, with a vision that every passenger travels safely with confidence and supported by well-trained personnel who embody professionalism, confidence, and dedication. Thank you, Madam, for this opportunity, and we pledge to uphold the trust reposed in us. Jai Hind. Now I would like to invite Ms. Kritika Mishra, Officer Trainee of IRMS Traffic, to share her training experience.
माननीय राष्ट्रपति महोदया, उपस्थित वरिष्ठ अधिकारीगण एवं मेरे साथी प्रशिक्षु अधिकारी, मैं कृतिका मिश्रा भारतीय रेल प्रबंधन सेवा के प्रथम बैच की तरफ से राष्ट्रपति महोदया का हार्दिक अभिनंदन करती हूँ। भारतीय गणराज्य के प्रथम नागरिक के समक्ष अपने प्रशिक्षण अनुभव को व्यक्त करने का अवसर मिलना मेरे लिए अत्यंत गौरव एवं सम्मान का विषय है। माननीय महोदया, वयम राष्ट्रे जागृयाम के वैदिक संदेश के साथ पिछले 170 वर्षों से भारतीय भूगोल की शिराओं में ऊर्जा की तरह प्रवाहित भारतीय रेल ने न केवल देश को आर्थिक और सामाजिक रूप से एकीकृत किया है, वरन समृद्ध भारत के संकल्प को भी सुदृढ़ किया है। इसी संकल्प भाव के साथ हमने अपने प्रशिक्षण की शुरुआत की। अपने आधारिक पाठ्यक्रम के दौरान हमने यह जाना कि रेलवे की सभी शाखाएं किस तरह आपसी समन्वय से कार्य कर हर क्षण विकास के पहियों को द्रुतगामी रखती हैं। महोदया, मैं भारतीय रेल प्रबंधन सेवा की यातायात शाखा से संबंध रखती हूँ। अपने विभागीय प्रशिक्षण के दौरान हमें रेल परिचालन एवं वाणिज्य से संबंधित तकनीकी कार्यों, प्रशासनिक कर्तव्यों व नेतृत्व कौशल को तराशने का अवसर प्राप्त हुआ। साथ ही फील्ड प्रशिक्षण के दौरान न केवल हमने जमीनी स्तर पर हो रहे कार्यों को समझा, अपितु आपदा प्रबंधन, जन समूह प्रबंधन व देश में सामरिक महत्व रखने वाले विभिन्न क्षेत्रों का भी भ्रमण किया। यात्री सुविधा के लिए नागरिक केंद्रित समाधान, रेल अभियांत्रिकी में हो रहे नवाचार, बहुविध रसद प्रबंधन, गतिशक्ति मिशन से ऊर्जित आर्थिक विकास आदि के क्रियान्वयन के लिए हम सभी पूर्णतः तत्पर हैं। हमारे प्रशिक्षण पाठ्यक्रम ने हम युवा प्रशिक्षु अधिकारियों को सत्यनिष्ठा, दक्षता और न्याय जैसे मूल्यों से अभिसिंचित कर उत्तरदायी अधिकारी बनने के मार्ग पर प्रशस्त कर दिया है। हम सभी आपको विश्वास दिलाते हैं कि हम सदैव अपने दायित्वों का निर्वहन पूरी निष्ठा और समर्पण के साथ करेंगे। वर्ष 2047 तक एक समृद्ध और विकसित भारत बनने की कल्पना को साकार करने में हम एक संगठित योगदान दें, यही हमारा संकल्प है। इसी संकल्प की सिद्धि में आपके आशीष और मार्गदर्शन के लिए हम सदैव आपके प्रति अनुग्रहित रहेंगे। धन्यवाद महोदया। अब मैं भारतीय लेखा परीक्षा एवं लेखा सेवा के प्रशिक्षु अधिकारी श्री सिंधे समर्थ अविनाश जी से अनुरोध करती हूँ कि वह आकर अपने प्रशिक्षण अनुभव को साझा करने का कष्ट करें। धन्यवाद।
माननीय राष्ट्रपति महोदया, वरिष्ठ अधिकारीगण और प्रशिक्षु अधिकारी, नमस्कार। मेरा नाम समर्थ शिंदे है। मैं भारतीय लेखा परीक्षा एवं लेखा सेवा के 2024 बैच का प्रशिक्षु अधिकारी हूँ। मेरी सेवा के 17 प्रशिक्षु अधिकारी और मित्र देश भूटान से रॉयल ऑडिट अथॉरिटी के 2 अधिकारी आज आपके समक्ष मार्गदर्शन के लिए आतुर हैं। मैं हम सभी की ओर से आपको अभिवादन और आपका हार्दिक अभिनंदन करता हूँ। हमारा चयन 2023 की सिविल सेवा परीक्षा के आधार पर हुआ है। वर्तमान में हम राष्ट्रीय लेखा परीक्षा एवं लेखा अकादमी शिमला में प्रशिक्षण ले रहे हैं। यहाँ हमें लेखा परीक्षा और लेखांकन के मूलभूत सिद्धांतों के साथ साथ एक प्रभावी नागरिक अधिकारी बनने का प्रशिक्षण भी दिया जा रहा है। साथ ही हमें डेटा एनालिटिक्स और आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस जैसी आधुनिक तकनीकों से भी परिचित कराया जा रहा है। इससे हमें अपने संसाधनों का सही उपयोग कर सकेंगे और 2047 तक विकसित भारत का सपना साकार कर सकेंगे। अकादमी में शैक्षणिक प्रशिक्षण के अलावा हमें अपना संपूर्ण व्यक्तित्व विकास के लिए विभिन्न खेल खेलने के लिए भी प्रोत्साहित किया जाता है। इससे अतिरिक्त हम हर सप्ताहांत शिमला में छोटे ट्रैक पर जाते हैं, जिससे साथी भावना और टीम भावना को बढ़ावा मिलता है। हमारे संपूर्ण प्रशिक्षण की अवधि के दौरान हमें NIPFP, RBI, सेबी और नीति आयोग जैसे प्रतिष्ठित संस्थानों में और संस्थानों के साथ जुड़ने का अवसर मिलता है, जिससे हमें व्यवहारिक अनुभव और नीतिगत प्रक्रियाओं की गहरी समझ प्राप्त होती है। हमारा मिशन सिर्फ पेशेवर दक्षता तक सीमित नहीं है, बल्कि हम उन सिद्धांतों के प्रति भी अटूट समर्पण रखते हैं जिनका आधार हमारा आदर्श वाक्य लोकहितार्थ सत्यनिष्ठा है। हमारे प्रशिक्षण ने न केवल हमें तकनीकी कौशल में प्रवीण बनाया है, बल्कि हमें ईमानदारी, निष्पक्षता और पारदर्शिता जैसे नैतिक मूल्यों की महत्ता से अवगत किया है। अंत में हम इस अद्वितीय अवसर के लिए अत्यंत आभारी और भाग्यशाली है कि हमें देश के सर्वोच्च कार्यालय से मार्गदर्शन प्राप्त हो रहा है। हम माननीय राष्ट्रपति महोदया का धन्यवाद करते हैं कि उन्होंने अपनी कीमती समय हमारे लिए निकाला और अनुरोध करते हैं कि जैसे ही हम सेवा के कर्तव्य पथ पर अपनी यात्रा प्रारंभ करते हैं, हमें उनका आशीर्वाद और मार्गदर्शन की प्राप्ति हो। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।
I congratulate all the officer trainees of the Indian Audit and Account Service. I convey my special congratulations to the officers of Royal Audit Authority of Bhutan. I also congratulate the probationary officers pertaining to the traffic, accounts, and protection functions of the railway services. All of you have chosen to serve the country. All of you have come through a rigorous process of competitive examination. All of you are going to be in positions of leadership in your respective fields when India will celebrate 100 years of its independence in the year 2047. Dear officer trainees of the Indian Audit and Account Service, you have a role to play in the great national efforts of making India a developed nation by the year 2047. You are partners in nation building. I have been told that the more than 160 years old history of the audit department, let us be sensitive to the fact that the role and approach of a colonial government and its audit wing was very different from what it should be in our republic. The Simla of the 19th century was a symbol of colonial might and power. However, 75 years since the adoption of our constitution, we must emphasize that we, the people of India, have to march ahead together to achieve our national targets. All of you have to keep in mind the provisions of the Indian Constitution, which is the basis of the entire institution of the Comptroller and Auditor General of India. While Chapter 5 of Part 5 of the Constitution makes you aware of the role, duties, and powers of the institution, the preamble of the Constitution and the oath of the CAG should be the guiding spirit of each and everyone in the discharge of the immortal roles and duties of your institutions. There is a need to think about the philosophy behind the often quoted statement of Babasaheb Ambedkar about CAG. Probably being the most important officer in the Constitution of India. The fact that the oath of the judge of the Supreme Court and that of the CAG are the same is also an important pointer. It points towards your role in ensuring fairness and justice in the area of financial governance. You have to guide and facilitate the stakeholders with innovative solutions. Your role as the friend, philosopher, and guide will be as important as that as a monitor and controller. Financial property and economic productivity have to go together. You have to find ways of blending both the objectives. I am sure that you will make the best use of your winter study tour and the entire training program. The experience sharing on behalf of you all by your batchmates makes me feel that you will work with a deep sense of pride, patriotism, and responsibility. Dear probationers of railway services, a major part of India moves on the railway tracks every day. Hence, it is not an exaggeration to say that Indian Railways is a social, cultural, and commercial lifeline of the country. I am happy to note that Indian Railways is modernizing its infrastructure, facilities, and services. As the railway service officers, you have to play a major role in accelerating our mobility and thereby the growth of our economy. Railway services determine the quality of daily lives of a large number of people. I understand that officers from the Railway Protection Force accounts as well as traffic wings of the Indian Railway Management Service are assembled here. I will make a special appeal to all the young officers of the three different wings of the railways to always keep above what is called working in silo. You are not working only for the vertical you are employed in. You are working for the overall effectiveness of the railways as a chance agent, the service provider to the nation on the move. Just as I mentioned in the context of audit, I also underline the need to differentiate between what the railway was during the colonial era and what role it has to be play in the India of Amrut Kal. You should try to continue with good aspects of the legacy and get rid of the burdens of unproductive systems and procedures. I want today's railway personnel to write new chapters of glorious contribution to the growth of the India of the 21st century. The IRPF's probationers are the future leaders of the force. You are going to deal with several challenges and threats. After listening to the experience sharing by your colleagues, I have come to understand that you have been given a very extensive and intensive exposure covering numerous dimensions of protection and security. I am sure that you will continue to upgrade your learning and remain future ready. Similarly, as shared by the probationers in the accounts function, they undergo rigorous and extensive training at the Indian Railways Institute of Financial Management. The trainers and the trainees have to keep in mind the fundamental fact that world of the 1920s, when the Ackworth Committee gave its report, has changed beyond recognition in the 2020s. Your thoughts and actions have to driven by the need of a modern railway system, which works as a service provider. I hope that all the probationary officers and trainees assembled here will think and act in terms of making India a developed nation. I wish all of you a very bright future. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.